Ocean pollution has become one of the nation's fastest rising environmental issues. Since I reside in Florida, the beaches and oceans are very publicized and important to the community. Water pollution remains in many social, political, and economical debates, and many people do not know much about it. There are many attributions to the pollution of our waters, and to help you understand it better, I will explain the causes, harm to organisms, and the long-term effects of the dangers of the pollution. Causes of ocean pollution. According to Salome Changladat at World Atlas, pollution is defined as the process of introducing harmful or poisonous substances into the natural environment. Industries near the coast release chemicals into the water that are known to be the biggest contributors to the harm being done. The Conservational Institute stated, "Many industries have been able to ignore or entirely bypass pollution laws because the policies were either not valid or not adequately enforced by pollution control boards. The result has been significant pollution that has been a direct effect on many people. Even changing the water temperature unnaturally, such as machinery in the waters, can be considered thermal pollution. Although acid rain does not occur often or occur frequently, it is considered a cause to pollution, along with the eruption of volcanoes, fossil fuels, and other naturally occurring processes. Every day, 2 million tons of sewage and industrial and agricultural waste are discharged into the world's water, according to the United Nations World Water Assessment Program. This is the equivalent of the weight of the entire human population at about 6.8 billion people." This picture shows one of the ways how agricultural and industrial businesses can release harmful things into the waters. Harm to organisms. Algal bloom can be very harmful to anyone who comes in contact with the water, especially to humans. A statistical page once stated that 68% of humans informed by the news did not attend the beach after seeing the news. This picture shows what the algal bloom looked like. The water has a green tint to it from the excess nitrogen and phosphorus from the decomposition of plastics. This causes the bloom to be lethal. A professor from Indiana explains, "In the landscape, runoff and soil erosion from fertilized agricultural areas and lawns, erosion from riverbanks, riverbeds, land clearing, deforestation, and sewage effluent are the main sources of phosphorus and nitrogen entering waterways. All of these are considered external sources. Over the years, there has been a widespread decline in biological health in inland or non-coastal waters. Globally, 24% of mammals and 12% of birds connected to inland waters are considered threatened, according to pastness.org. Freshwater species have been assigned extinction rates if the pollution continues for several more years. In relation to everyday life, people could be affected by the quality of water they are receiving, even from major distributors. Long-term effects. People can suffer from sickness from the groundwater polluted by dump sites. The infrastructure of land can be obstructed by certain pollution types, causing businesses and homes to crumble. The seafood industry can be disrupted in a variety of ways, therefore causing an economical decline. Fish consume algae, and it continues through the food chain, which heightens the toxicity level in the next consumed. The overall environment will suffer from the pollution solely from the water sources. Indeed, today's seas absorb as much as a quarter of all man-made carbon emissions, which changes the pH of surface waters and leads to acidification. This problem is rapidly worsening. Oceans are now acidifying faster than they have in some 300 million years ago, according to Melissa Denchak from nrdc.org. This picture shows the overall view of what the environment will look like after the pollution. This also shows what the fish would be consuming. After listing the causes and effects, hopefully you can identify when the water pollution is taking place and prevent the destruction of our home.